The projections of a Mahagathbandhan win in the Bihar elections by the media and exit polls were eventually proven wrong on the election day. With the results turning in favor of NDA, everyone speculating where the projections would have gone wrong. Post-poll analysis and narratives have been pointing toward the impact of so-called silent women voters. While it is true that Bihar's women voters did play a major role, but calling them as silent voters would be an understatement. The writing was on the wall, and in all probability, the analysts and pollsters failed to read it. There are 4 factors the analysts could have easily read to gauge the impact of women voters in the 2020 elections. The first is the high women voter turnout. The Bihar elections have been witnessing more women voter turnouts than men. For the first time in the 2010 assembly elections, women voters of Bihar outnumbered their male counterparts by 3 percentage points. In the 2014 parliamentary elections, women turnout was 57.66%, 2 percentage points more than their male counterparts. In 2015 assembly elections again, women turnout was highest in Bihar with 60.5% coming out to vote as compared to 53.3% men. And last year in the 2019 parliamentary elections, women turnout in Bihar was 4 percentage points more than men. The trends showed a clear pattern and suggested that women voters in all probability would play a crucial role in 2020 elections as well. And so did they. As per the official data, around 59.7% of women voters turned up to cast their vote in this round, which is comparatively higher than 54.6% male voters. The second is the traditional Nitish vote bank. Much has been written and talked about how women have been a traditional vote bank for Nitish Kumar. From distributing free sanitary napkins, school uniforms, bicycles, to implementation of 50% and 35% reservation respectively for women in local bodies and government jobs. From providing financial grants and established around 1 million women-led Jivika self-help groups to declaring Bihar a dry state. The measure have enhanced Nitish Kumar's political appeal among the women voters. The third is the massive crowds in Tejasvi rally minus the women. While Tejasvi Yadav was drawing huge crowds at his rallies, what was an obvious miss was the women's participation. His rallies definitely attracted the youth on employment promises, but there was hardly any mention of benefits for the women. The absence of women voters was screaming out loud to the observers to take a note of their support. And if this was not enough, there was another big factor, the Modi factor. In the last few years, there has been a visible shift in women voters' preference for Narendra Modi, largely contributed by his clinically executed centrally sponsored schemes like Ujjwala Yojana, Awas Yojana, Har Ghar Jal, Swachh Bharat, Ujala scheme that have played a key role in empowering women across all sections, especially the rural ones. Cash subsidies through Jan Dhan Yojana and free rations during the pandemic have been a super hit schemes.
नेता दे अथी दिया है अथी मोदी पसंद है से अथी दिया है राशन दिया है फ्री में गैस
गैस भी दिए हैं, गैस का चूल्हा राशन भी फ्री में दिए हैं।
हाँ।
तो इसलिए आपको नरेंद्र मोदी जी पसंद है।
मोदी हमरा के नल डाले, लाइन डाले, कोटा डाले, वृद्धा पेंशन देता रहे।
मोदी जी क्यों, कोई खास वजह?
अच्छे इतना जनता के लिए सब कुछ कर रहे हैं।
फायदा हुआ, गैस दिया, आटा दिया, वृद्धा पेंशन देता है, और चीज देता है नरेंद्र मोदी। नरेंद्र मोदी हमरा सब चीज देता है। मोदी का रोके नहीं बेटी को पढ़े, मोदी का रोके नहीं बेटी को पढ़े.
These examples show that it would, however, be unfair to say that women have been the silent voters in Bihar. The writing was on the wall, their preferences were clear, and they were quite vocal about it. Only if the pollsters had listened to it.